I invite you to experiment with the first element of our musical body, which you could call prime collarbones, and with the eurythmy gesture of what you could call devotion, prayer, inner attentiveness. And just stand for a second and relax. And feel your body. And then say hello to your collarbones. Just touch them a little bit. Yeah. Center, and where does it move along to the shoulders, to the joints of the shoulders. And depending on how high you hold your shoulders, they are more horizontal or more vertical. And just try to feel them. And imagine a little bit. And out there, they are a little bit more flat. They twist a little bit. And they arrive somewhere at the center. And let go. Make a little step forward perhaps. And then try to feel your collarbones and your shoulder blades and this muscles, the top muscle of your shoulders, which says, with which you lift your shoulders. And take a little bit of time to experience these three elements. The collarbones, shoulder blades, and this top muscle, as if they would be the roof of a house. Yeah. The rain drip in front, the shoulder blades behind, and then the top of the roof on top of your shoulders. And a little step. And do it once again. And just try to imagine this roof. And it's not heavy, because you try to think the roof carries the house. And our thoughts, for our body, our thoughts are realities. It tries all the time to read our thoughts. And then let go. And when you look out of the window and you look at a house and you see a roof and a house, then you can say what Theodor says is nonsense. There's a house, a roof. If you take the house away, the roof would fall down. The house carries the roof. You're right. It's the second part of your conclusion. Because when you look in time and you imagine the house wouldn't have a roof and the rain was allowed to drop in, after a while you would notice the house would take damage, and after a longer time it becomes ruins. Yeah? It doesn't disappear completely, but it's not a house anymore. It's rotten. So, in time, the roof carries the house. In space, the house, the body of the house, carries the roof. So, we just try to experience the mood of the roof carries the house. Once again, just a little step. Feel the shoulder girdle, the roof, and try to imagine the shoulder girdle carries the house, and the house hangs on it. And from there, we now go into the mood of the prime. So that's the basic principle. And then you can go out from your house or you can arrive in your house. In this mood of going out, for this you use your left leg forward and then the right a little bit to the side. And this becoming broad, you experience afterwards in your hips and then in your shoulder girdle. Wow. This experience of, wow, I broaden myself. And again, come back. And the step forward naturally brings you on the balls of the feet. Left leg forward, a little bit to the right, broaden, broaden. And then feel your clavicles, your collarbones. And for me, I sense some of the quality of joy. We go out, we can spread our wings, the world is waiting for us. And when we go back, we use the right foot and then from the toes to the heels, we connect the heels. We create stability in our right leg. And then the left leg comes and says, oh, here I feel secure. Here I like to be. What a nice shadow under this tree. And you are on your heels, on your way towards yourself. And my question to you is, when you now experience the mood in your collarbones, what kind of mood do you experience now? From the toes to the heels. Left leg comes along, how nice to be here. The heels. And now listen into your collarbone. And breathe. Yeah. Two differentiations, two ways of how the prime lives in us. And now there was a discussion in the chat, what does Theodor want to do? Why does he always bring the V gesture? What does he want to pick us up? And now on step 7, somehow everywhere we need it, but now it becomes very obvious and I want to bring it again. So if you somehow arrive at your body, you turn your hands and very gently you just stream outward to what's there. Yeah? And you just move into this space. And then you do the same, you say very carefully. It's like sense organs, the hands. No? And when you now think, we speak about sense perception in a deeper way. It's not just touching a surface, but what's coming towards me, what wants to reveal itself to me or to come towards me. So you do this with the question, what comes towards me? And again. And what's the idea behind it? Look, now to have astonishment, it's not just, we are not content with the surface. Everywhere is surface, and all these surfaces imprint themselves on us until we get ourselves a crying surface, a loudspeaker ourselves, yeah? Like this. No, we look for what's behind the surface, yeah? So that's our interest, what's behind the surface, and can we get a relationship to this? So once again, just what's behind the surface, what's approaching us from there, and what's approaching us from there. And now very often when we speak about depth and there's something in the surfaces, it's still alive in it, we still think about it as surface-wise. Yeah? We touch it and then spiritual insight jumps out of it. But we can think that all these things have depth. Yeah? Yeah? A leaf has an immense depth. It's not just flat. So when you start the will movement here, you must feel from the very far space from out there something moving towards you. And then through the surface, revealing itself, arriving in your inner sensations. So do not start at where you have the impression there is something, but it's you start in this center, and in the other center, the other part of the will starts. And seemingly the will stops here. But in fact, if it would stop, it would be a "de" gesture, which touches surfaces. Yeah? So if you do this, and then you arrive, "de," and you can push against it, and in the way it responds, you get an impression of what's behind "de." Yeah? But the will is always movement. It's the life which comes towards you, and you cannot grasp it. So the will stays movement even you hardly see it move anymore. And through this it streams in. And just becoming aware of what streams in when you open to there. And now we go to a step further, that we do this a little bit more parallel to one direction, what's coming from there. And then we turn then and allow our hands to go with it and somehow receive it. And let go. So as if you would be the twig of a birch, and the wind comes, and the wind makes, and you're just, because you are there, the resonance makes it hearable, otherwise the wind wouldn't be heard. That's the quality. Yeah. So you do the to there, and you receive the. And that's where astonishment starts. And relax. And when you remember the 4 steps of the eurythmy figure devotion, yeah, worship, then you can make just start by standing. The roof carries the house. Left step forward and right one to the side. This joy in the body, a light blue, it is painted and named. And this joy approaches the word, this openness, and from there this answer comes and produces deep feelings. Not so much in you already, but there's a mystery in the word. And you feel it in your body, the way it approaches you. That's this shirt around you, the veil around you. Wow. A violet blue. And let go. And then we have the second way of the prime, where you do the step backwards a little bit with the right leg. Come to your heels, and then the left one comes along. Wow, so nice. And then you just open up to the space behind, and then you say, let the space behind come towards you, and just friendly touch your shoulders, knock on your shoulders. Yeah, so, well done, yeah, I like you. And you feel this being touched from there. Yeah, the heaven, the skies. Again, a light blue comes and enters, penetrates, touches your deep feelings. Yes, I'm with you. And then let go. And from this letting go, from under, just let this gesture of inwardness arise. And this meditative gesture where left and right, inner and outer meet, inner contemplation. So let's try to touch these 4 steps once again. The roof carries the house. Left step with forward. A little bit to the side. Light blue. Receive. Violet blue. A veil around you, widen feelings. Right foot back, left foot along, open up to the skies behind you. Light blue confirms you from the space behind. Well done, well felt. I can confirm you. And this lets you relax. Connect with your deeper being. And from there, this energy now flows into your arms and supports this inner meditation. And let go. And the last thing is, when you let that you do not find this confirmation from within, but just continuing the way from there, but you let go and your lower being somehow, your inner knowledge can rise and meet what's coming from there and from there. Yeah? So the last movement is a rising from below, not a taking in from above. That's why it's a deep color living in your arms, the members of your heart. Left step forward, right to the side, light blue, joy, collarbones. This joy receives. Right foot back, left foot along, open to the skies. Get your confirmation. Feel it penetrate your deep feelings. And then enter from there your inner forces. And feel this calmness. And what we try, why we do it with the that is that we want to somehow to profit, or when we take these qualities of the in, then this inner attitude of astonishment, of devotion can start building and sort of interweaving structure, a house for where our fine, high sensitivity can become a house for our deepest strivings. A house full of peace and inner rest. Because we are connected with what is behind. Not with the surfaces, but what is behind. And then this what is behind can somehow organize itself in a way that not the surface is offending us and pain for us, but that what is behind starts carrying us. One last time without steps. The roof carries the house. Collarbones, joy. Receive from the behind. Receive confirmation, joy from the behind. Develop depth within. Feel your house, which you do not have to build yourself. You just open up to receive it. When you listen to the resonance, what do you notice? What feelings arise? How do your feelings feel supported by the way your body is present, is open, is supportive, or are they welcome? When you ask your body, does your high sensitivity bear the potential within it to slowly develop to something which can even carry you? How does this thought feel when you feel it in your body? And maybe even ask him, do you have time, or are you in a hurry? So in a case, when you now open your eyes and look around, are you outwards orientated, or more is your gaze more inward orientated? despite looking into the outside. Is your gaze surface orientated or surprise or letting come orientated? Does it create space? Are there spaces? And how do these spaces feel like? And feel back to this figure of devotion, of reverence, of inner worship. Feel that there's music behind it. A light-filled prime, light blue, sky blue.